Hi, you can call me Oilano, and this is Oilano Opens Up, episode 4. Uh, Today we're taking a little side quest from the main curriculum because I have something you may find interesting. I figured out they don't, why they wouldn't want to teach cursive in schools anymore, and I have reasons why you probably want to keep it around. My next video is going to be all about duality, but right now I can tell you everything in existence has a counterpart. All right, even a form of writing can have a counterpart. I never had good handwriting, and my own reason is that it's too slow for me. My hand could never get a sentence out before my mind gets a paragraph ahead. So my teachers hated reading my stuff in school because it'd come out a mess. Just happened like that. So, handwriting is not even my favorite mode of communication, but I'm about to defend it. To write in like elementary school style is to untangle your thoughts. All right, then you're gonna interpret them into the sound words in your head until you can agree with it all. All right, then you got to access our 26 key alphabet and start producing on paper the symbols to the sounds we agree with in our heads until we've transferred the intangible thoughts onto tangible paper, now shareable through the 3D. Even after all that work, there's still the risk of being completely misread and misunderstood by your audience. And that's like the dark truth to handwriting. Uh, and we're not even done yet. So we got to add grammar and punctuation. And because of the potential of overexposure, when you cement your thoughts into the 3D by publishing or social media, something like a misplaced apostrophe is just a dreadful embarrassment and can actually ruin the reader's rhythm, blocking them from receiving your message. You can outmaneuver all these dangers to writing with editing and still be completely misunderstood. But you're back to school. If you can convince a child to write you something and you're sitting there picking it apart for punctuation with your red pen, you're just stroking your own ego. I'm sorry, but no one should be forcing kids to box up their creativity by slamming them with rules right away. There needs to be no rules except to just have fun. For the first, few years of a child express itself through a written word, what'll happen is, I believe, if they just having fun, they'll ask the teacher for the new tools in no time. So when a class asks about proper capitalization and stuff like that, which I believe they will, you just step in with it. That's just for the first few years, because force the kid to write when you want, how you want it. When they're just learning how to express themselves in the first place, not writing for the Daily Bugle. You can run the risk of taking their heart out of it, giving them the wrong idea of what writing is for, and it's not for approval. If they can put their heart into it, they might ask if everything's spelled right. And that might be more valuable than flunking a kid if they get it wrong. If they don't learn to write from the heart, they might grow up writing in computer style, with no healthy outlet for their emotions, and you're setting yourself up for a future lacking creativity. So we have printed writing and cursive. So how long do we have? Two writing styles before I started taking it out of schools around 2010 or so. So how long do we have? Two ways of doing the same thing without ever being told what each is for. I don't know your story, but for me, no teacher, any grade, ever went and told me and my classmates what print is for and what cursive is for. All right, so my clue on why cursive was taken out of a lot of states' curriculum was when I heard that AI has a hard time reading people's cursive because everyone's personal style is just too different. It's not finding a well enough pattern throughout its examples. So you can say they want your kids to learn just to write for computers. If the future's all computers, all we're going to be reading is print type, so we can get rid of cursive, right? I mean, the only time we ever see cursive anymore is old love letters, from your grandparents, and postcards from old wars. So we've outgrown it, right? And it's like, no, it's not. Cursive writing isn't a thing that really can become outdated. It's a counterpart to what else is there. It's not something we can really evolve out of. We are not computers. We're much more complicated, given these things we're blessed with called emotions. So here we go. And you're going to see right away why my teachers hated writing my work. The printed style is masculine. See, it's all, tries to be, mostly, especially capitals. Straight lines, hard angles, and every letter is by itself. Cursive, with its endless curves and the ability to make entire words out of one big hand motion, is a feminine counterpart. So, AI, computers, they just care about the data. And this is all print writing can transmit. Cursive, which is why it was better for love letters, cursive with its flow carries emotion when you use it. Graphologists see this, and this is why they can tell so much about someone just by their signature. So AI, computers, they can be taught to read emotion through faces and other factors like that, but humans can be taught to understand emotion. We just don't do it unless, of course, you're a graphologist, unless it's your job, okay? Otherwise, the only time anyone studies emotion is for sales, for commercials that, tug at the heartstrings or want to, get you like that. So without cursive, our emotions can sit inside us no matter how much you type it into a journal or text a therapist. For more full therapeutic journaling session, you should try handwriting it in cursive. Write letters to yourself in cursive. Dating apps can only possibly use print type, so you can read into that as much as you want. But you ever send someone a text message and the recipient adds their own emotion to it and it causes a huge misunderstanding? Texting someone something simple like, okay, fine, just something simple like that, and you really are, maybe. But that can destroy an entire relationship because it leaves so many holes for emotion. So the recipient fills it in, gives himself a nightmare. Print print does not carry emotional data. Like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. With print, meaning is in the mind of the reader. Where with cursive, meaning might be in the heart of the reader. So when you see an old war letter, you even want to read it with passion and an English accent, even if some hillbilly wrote it. So a lot of us add it in our heads. This means we get the emotion before we even start reading, and putting the words together. I bet poetry books would sell a lot better if some of them were printed in cursive. So I'll tell you now, we're at least none of my teachers ever taught me print for data. Print is the masculine side of handwriting, so expect straight lines. Anything in print should be expected to be concise and a serious tone. So instructions should be in print. Street signs, inarguable things, warning signs, stuff like that. So cursive is feminine counterpart, and it should be for emotional writing. Getting rid of cursive gets rid of meaningful journaling, love letters, and a lot of things we already don't do because no one told me this. A writer riddled with creative block could probably find a new path just by switching to cursive when they get stuck with the story. Same with songwriting. You get stuck, try switching to cursive. It might help, it might not. So there's a place for cursive writing, and depending on if you value communicating with humanity or maybe computers, you'll want to keep it around. Cursive is a tool for human expression. If only someone ever taught me that. I learned myself. So maybe like math and science taught in print with English and history in cursive. Maybe something to try. So, but anyway, that's all the insight I can give you concerning cursive handwriting. They say it's about the journey, not the destination. And for some reason, that little axiom seems fitting here. If you liked it, click it. Subscribe for more insights like this because I have many more coming. Also, please share me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm telling you, but you might imagine I'm not really a social media kind of guy. I spent the last at least 10 years with inner focus on spirit so I could present these things to you now. I've never been on anything like much social media, so please share me. My next video is back to the main stuff. I'll be covering duality and a little bit of the universal law of divine gender. So settle your triggers because divine gender and your body's gender are not the same thing. I'll tell you that right now. I'll explain more when we get there. Next video. I also need to point out a few things to you about the yin yang that may be new to you because it didn't change, we did. So you're not going to see that the same when I'm through with you. All right, Orlando's done. Much love, thank you, and goodbye.